back to the Bar Talk Podcast.
We were not getting canceled.
For now.
We say all the bad words off air.
Yeah.
Most times.
Yeah. Like the real bad.
Yeah, you think these episodes are bad. Right. Say not on record.
Yeah, exactly.
So those voices are Jess. I almost said Jess Mahoney.
Whoa!
Sorry, Jess
Alicia
Hamill.
would not like
No,
that.
she would not.
Sorry, Alicia.
Jess Hamill of the New World Tavern.
Oh.
And Dan Mahoney of Stats of South Boston.
Hello.
Who, I don't know when this is going up. This could be post St. Patty's Day.
Could be. So I might not be here anymore. This could be my last words on record.
Do you have any famous last words?
Every word I say is famous, Andy. So you pick and choose from my long catalog of dialect. And you decide.
Right.
Yeah,
I think my favorite was when you're going to fight the moon. So,
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah?
Fighting
Stand by it.
All right, Anthony
All
Tefelsky.
celestial beings.
Anthony Tefelsky, what is the dumbest accident you have made in a kitchen?
The dumbest
Oh,
accident?
it's a shame that like Jordan isn't on this
I
episode.
know, right? What's
Yeah.
the dumbest accident?
I'm gonna extend it to that you heard
In general.
Yeah.
Like in the building.
Yeah.
At work.
Now, are we defining accident as like someone got hurt? Or like,
I'm gonna say
or like an oopsie?
I'm gonna say either injury or financial cost more than
So like an
$20.
oops. So like an oopsie.
Yeah.
The whoopsie poopsie. What's the dumbest?
Anything from like
I mean,
I might have to pay for that too. Oh shit! I lost my job.
So, fun story. My first serving job that dealt with alcohol.
mm-hmm.
My very first table, I worked at Olive Garden, and a lot of their alcoholic drinks you can get as child's alcohol-free drinks.
Aha.
Oh no!
And I may have brought a child's a strawberry daiquiri that had booze in it, but
But he really liked it.
Right, yeah.
nope, it didn't get that far because
Mom,
The-
I love you, Mom.
the ghost of Italy fucking made me drop that tray
Ah.
and spill that daiquiri all over said child.
Intervention.
So he didn't get it.
Yeah.
He may have gotten a Dewey from driving home later because he smelled like rum. But then when I went back to like, hey, I need you to make me none of those kids' daiquiris. He's like, dude, I made you a regular daiquiri.
Whoa.
And I was like, oopsie.
I had an exact opposite experience.
You gave a kid booze on purpose.
Somebody, and this is when I worked at Longhorn, and they batched their sangrias, but they had this location had their sangria and their cranberry juice in the exact same type of container. And it wasn't labeled. So I basically gave this woman a giant glass of cranberry juice twice. And she didn't notice.
This is the best sangria I've ever had.
I know, yeah. So I had an opposite oopsie.
So I did that on purpose this once. Also at Olive Garden, where I was now bartending. Some lady told me that her stupid frozen drink didn't taste like enough booze.
Okay.
So I said, oh, allow me to make you a new one that I made with zero booze this time. And she said, that is so much better.
Yep.
I was like, I know, you're welcome.
I know. Yeah, that's an on purpose oopsie.
Yeah.
That's a
That's what I did on purpose.
That's a
go fuck
passive
you.
aggressive. Yeah.
That's an
I've
oopsie on
definitely-
you.
I've definitely done that before. Where people
Mine was, I would probably say, actually borderline injury.
borderline injury.
Yeah. Like, he didn't go to the hospital.
Okay. Oh.
But, like-
should have.
He was a pro in the kitchen, so he just kind of shook it off and was cool about it. I felt fucking awful. But, like, it was... I was working in a pizza kitchen, and it's a tiny kitchen. It was just one of those days that was fucking jammed.
Yeah.
So, like, the owner was back there helping, and it was me and the other guy. And, like, I took the pizza out of the oven on the little spatula thing, and I turned too fast, and it, like, fell and, like, cheese size
Yeah.
up against
Oh,
his
yeah.
leg.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
so I felt awful. But, like, he was...
Yeah, that is a big oopsie.
He was a longtime kitchen guy. I was just like, oh, it's not a big
Yeah, I
deal.
know.
And I'm like, it looks like it hurts.
This is nothing, yeah.
So I felt really bad.
Do you remember at BBC when we had like the poo poo platter appetizer
Yeah.
sampler, and it used to have like the same fire thing in the middle of it? So, an oopsie, I was putting stuff away and I grabbed said fucking thing, thinking it wasn't used, and it was, and I may have had an imprint on my palm for a little while of the stupid grill top.
Yeah,
It's like a branding.
Yeah, it literally
I wouldn't
felt like it.
Burning yourself, I feel like is so easy.
That's just part of the job.
For sure, but usually it's not by grabbing a fucking
know.
True. Yeah.
poo-poo platter
Usually it's
thing.
what- yeah,
But it's always grabbing the thing that you don't think is hot.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if like I'm working in the kitchen, I expect to be on fire.
Yeah.
So,
That's fair.
usually
Just
serving
expect to be
tables
bleeding and
stuff,
on fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
That's
a
fair.
little safer on the other side of the line.
Yeah.
Unless you're Jordan, you're not safe.
I know.
anyway.
Hugh Jordan's not safe from anything. Yeah. I mean, there's been some other like stupid oopsies, but that one. I was gonna say the sangria one anyway, and then you brought that up. I'm like, that's funny because I did the exact opposite. Actually, then they not shortly after that they said that we can no longer batch sangrias because something of your caliber actually happened and actually did get drunk by a child. So
Yep.
they made this like corporate wide thing saying that we can't batch
Just like,
sangrias
I love
anymore.
Olive Garden.
I know. Whatever.
Wherever that
When you're here,
was.
your family.
When you hear your
I love
shit
my
faced.
family. The soup's the best.
Now I really want soup. Damn it.
Said no one ever.
I know.
I love soup. What are you
Get the
talking
soup
about?
fascination at all.
I fucking love soup.
I mean, I'll fuck with soup, but I've never been like, damn, I need soup today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like that. No, specifically, I'm like, damn, I need soup, salad, and
Because you
breadsticks.
live in the fucking woods. That's why. We're gonna have my stew on the kettle.
I have
It's like
friends
someone had
that
to get the cauldron warmed up.
I have friends that
Start
have
cooking your
soup
children.
thing, and I'm like, I don't get the fascination with soup at all. It's fine.
Listen, there's
What do
some.
you mean?
Well,
Is it?
there's some
Yeah.
good fucking soups out there.
Hell
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
yeah. But I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, me and my friends get together for soup night. That's
Well, I don't think anybody gets together for
no.
soup night.
I just said friends of mine get
Oh,
together for
they
soup
do?
night.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
like
a little-
weekly thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
okay,
but
that's a little different.
you guys do weird shit in the Shire. So
Well, what
it's
about
like-
what about a hot pot? That's pretty much soup.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
See,
But I wouldn't. I don't.
or like a ramen noodle bowl.
not
That's
not
like
do
soup.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of stuff in the soup. So it
So you
doesn't
just
make it
need
seem
more
like a soup.
complicated soups.
Yeah,
to do, I
Yeah.
think.
like stew.
Just like, like
Love beef stew. That's different.
See?
beef stew. Yeah,
It's totally different.
Right. Yeah, we're not talking your basic chicken
Chili
noodle here.
Chili's great. That's-
Is chili a soup?
I don't know.
I think so.
It's like if the hot dog is a sandwich
Yeah.
conversation, I feel like.
I feel like if it's hot and it comes from a pot, it's soup.
And it's,
Okay. All right.
It's at least a stew.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What the difference between stew and soup is. Wow.
Heartiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. How it makes you feel inside.
Warm
Empty.
and full.
That's soup.
Yeah, that's
All right. So this one's from an anonymous person. It says, kitchen crew is not getting along.
Oh boy.
There's everyone pretty much against one guy.
Oh jeez.
The one guy is actually really great in my eyes, which means he's a snitch. He's a hard worker, reliable, good at his job. So the rest truly... So are the rest. Truly I have a great staff. I don't want to let anyone go, but I don't have a reason to. Blah, blah, blah.
So
blah.
why do
Goes
they
on
hate
like,
this guy so much?
Yeah,
What did
we
he
need
do?
to know what he did.
Someone is going to snap. There's been words, but no fist. Oh, so this is like serious.
Okay.
To let the one guy go. Doesn't say. Or just tell everyone to shut the fuck up.
Well, that's my response to
Yeah.
Yeah, for
everything.
everything.
But
Listen,
I'm
if
afraid if
they-
I don't do something like that, the other part of my kitchen will end up leaving. So I will say, you might have to do something.
sacrifice
Yeah.
the one for the many.
Yeah. But I mean, like, there's got to be a reason why they all hate this one individual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he might be like, it sounds like it's maybe coming from like a manager standpoint, this question.
Yeah.
You're very ever rarely the exact same way in front of your manager that you are in front of your coworkers.
Very true.
So if you're getting a complaint from your coworkers, that's their true self.
Yeah.
It's not always what's going to be in front of.
Especially if it's everybody.
Everybody
That's
gets
what
the
I'm
one
saying.
guy. And that's the thing is, like, he might be always on time and a hard work and yada, yada, yada. But if he's in there shitting on everybody else
but if
and
he's a
causing
dick, or
problems,
if he's just rude, or if he's fucking saying anything like racial slurs or whatever, then he might be a hard worker, but that's a toxic environment to work in for the rest of your people who he's claiming are just as hard workers. So what's the real story here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like
you're in an environment where someone can get really hurt. Like
Yeah.
if he's already like no
Yeah.
one's throwing fists. It's like that sounds like
he sounds like the next
But if
level.
you're worried that's going to happen,
Yeah.
you brought it up. It sounds like
Yeah.
It sounds like the next level is that they're going to dunk his head in the fucking fry later.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like forget throwing fists. They
Yeah.
have knives
Yeah.
in their hands.
Yeah. It is hard though, because if he's saying that he doesn't have a legit reason to fire him, then that's also an issue from the management standpoint, because that
Right.
person could come back and say that they were, they were
Bullied.
fired for no reason.
Yeah.
So they could take legal action if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So it's tough. Like, you kind of have to like really pay attention and nitpick. Like, okay, the next time this guy fucks up for whatever reason, you take the opportunity to let him go, because then you have a legitimate reason, and they, then they can't retaliate.
Yeah, because it's very much like if it is the entire kitchen against him.
Yeah.
Because he'd be like, I got bullied, and then they got me fired.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Because I was just having this conversation with somebody the other day about how, like, somebody was acting a certain way, and I'm like my staff was telling me about it, and I was like, really? I was like, because they're never like that in front of me. And I can't tell you how many times I've said that just over my managerial career, because they are on your best behavior in front of management. So you kind of have to take what you see with a grain of salt, because they're always going to do the right thing in front of you. They're always going to act the right way in front of you. It's when you're not there that their truth comes out of how they feel or how they act. And like, so it sucks being like, hey, it sucks like being a quote unquote snitch. So like, you know what I mean? Like, if they're going to come and tell you that something's wrong with their staff, it's probably to the level where they really have to say something.
Yeah.
Because, and it's tough to rely on them too, because that's also not really their job. Like, it's not the bartender's job to tell somebody else, to tell the management when someone else isn't doing their job. It sucks. Like,
a babysitter.
Yeah, but like, that's how they're truly acting, is when you're not around.
And I've seen it go really, really bad.
Yeah.
Like fights break out. In a place I used to work that I'm not going to mention because you guys give me shit. A dude got fucking stabbed.
Lowe's? Oh.
Yeah.
With a rake?
No, with a
saw.
knife.
Oh,
It was
Chainsaw.
the dude
Cuts
went
him
out
right in half.
the dude went out to his car and got a knife and fucking stabbed a
That's
guy while he was
insane.
on a ladder, which I'm like,
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm like,
It's like double whammy there.
Yeah.
Just push him off the ladder.
Yeah.
Right.
And someone's like, did you hear about what happened in such and such store? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be on a fucking conference call. Like, no sooner did. And like, if you see something, say something. You're like, fuck. So,
Yeah, I would just get rid of that one dude that's apparently a problem. You know?
Yeah, we need more context.
yeah, but you should definitely like have a meeting.
Because what's the worst?
Yeah.
What's the
with everybody?
right?
Be
Well,
like,
yeah. I mean, I guess
talking
if
about
that.
being an adult.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you gotta
That'd
wait
be
for
the
the guy
first
to
step, I
fuck up
guess.
and he's a good worker, it could be a why.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if
Entrapment.
you get some of those inflatable sumo suits and you let them all just
Just
duke
let
it
them
out?
like take it out. Yeah.
Just I'll take him to a
Maybe
rage
that's
room.
all you
No,
need.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't they have like those inflatable punching like the
Yeah.
Yeah, but they
boxing
might need to
gloves?
hit each other.
Yeah. Right.
Like
Yeah.
gladiator style.
Yeah.
So
You do that.
oh, you mean like the fucking
like
inflatable
inflatable
boxing
punch?
gloves?
Yeah, punching.
I feel like those are for children.
Oh, you're right. How stupid of me to bring that up.
Rock'em sock'em.
Pop those real quick, Andy. You need some adult size inflatable stuff.
Yeah. Have a meeting with them. Tell them to be adults if they don't act like adults.
Yeah.
And
Because at least
Get rid
that
of
way,
the-
if something
get
happens,
rid of the
you're
problem.
like, I tried to be proactive.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
get some shit on paper.
it sounds like it might be past that point.
Yeah.
Like, but you never know.
I mean, why wouldn't you come to Reddit to ask for advice
I
before
know.
fucking trying to solve it yourself? You know? To quote Carl, next question.
I know.
All right, I'm working on it. Dan Smith. Hello, everyone. I own a family-style restaurant that does about 35% of its sales in catering. I
Okay.
feel like I need a separate business to have better understanding of how each part is performing from a P&L perspective. I'm struggling with how to break it out without creating an admin nightmare.
Sounds like you need a better POS system.
Yeah. Either that or just a better way of organizing.
Yeah, like how
Your
could you
cost
not?
of goods.
I was gonna say, how do you not consider like which one's which? Oh, maybe if like just because all your like goods would be purchased under like one purchase order. Like
It just sounds like they need a better system of organizing their invoices, their costs, their everything.
Yeah.
Their, like
There's so many programs
their
that
pricing.
will do that for you.
Because especially catering, there's so much pricing that goes into it because you're buying lots of disposables.
Yep.
So you have to take that into consideration of your food cost because that's the only way you're going to get it back.
Yeah.
Like sometimes here, like when in a restaurant, you have your food costs and you have your liquor costs, but then you also just have your everyday costs. So like you got to buy toilet paper and you got to buy paper towels and you got to buy trash bags, like all that stuff.
All the shit that
doesn't get
all the
paid.
shit that people think
This
is your profit.
Right.
Yeah.
So like you have to incorporate that into the food costs, or
Like
you have to
light
incorporate it.
bulbs
Yeah,
and-
like all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like.
Why do I need a ketchup permit? What is
Yeah,
that about?
Oh, Jesus Christ, don't even get me started on that. Right. Yeah. So it's like you have to like. Yeah, I mean, catering can be extremely lucrative if you have to have a tight hold on it, though.
Yeah.
Like,
You really gotta look. You can't just say, "I'm gonna cater today."
Right. Yeah. Like you have to really have a tight hold on all of your expenses because there's a lot of expenses, and if you're like a traveling catering company, or instead of like maybe them coming to pick up the order, like you have to go to them.
Yeah.
Then you have to pay for gas, and then you have to pay for extra staff if it's a lot of stuff. It's like it's not as cut and dry. It's just like I'm just gonna start bulk ordering. So I don't know. I mean, it just sounds like they need to just dissect everything and like have a good organization, like spreadsheet of everything that they have to make it.
They need to up their technology.
Yeah.
You don't need to hire another company.
No.
Unless you want to, man. Maybe some
I mean, they
people
could
don't
have
like
an
numbers.
extremely outdated like POS.
That's what it
system.
sounds like more,
Yeah.
because I feel like most of them will do that.
But
for
you could still get all that information without having the most up to date technology.
Yeah.
It's math. You just have to figure. You know what I mean? You just have to figure out the math. And there's actually a lot of like online. There's a lot of places online where you can like download Excel spreadsheets that'll do all that for you. It's already set up for you.
Yeah.
You just plug in the information, and that could be.
And you can always, people shit on AI, but you can go to ChatGPT and be like, I want the formula for Excel spreadsheet that does this, and it will fucking give it to you.
Yeah. Yeah. So you just have to. It sounds like you just have to put a little bit more work into organizing things. That's all. But
Be better at your job.
do your fucking shit better, right? Someone's trying to come. The door is locked because we're closed.
My favorite catering story, when I worked in the phone company, my manager there used to have a catering company, and she was like going to the place where they were serving whatever, and realized that she had fucking forgotten. Is it gazpacho's, the cold soup?
Yes.
So she just went and bought a bunch of Campbell's tomato soup.
Look at that.
Hey,
It's
I know
Carl.
that guy.
I'm like, who else has the key?
Yeah. So she just went to the store and bought a bunch of Campbell's tomato soup, served it cold, and they were like, "This is the best gazpacho I've ever had."
Hey.
Yeah, if they like it, that's all that fucking counts,
you know
right?
what I'm
Being a
saying?
problem solver.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like someone that really knows how to solve their problems.
How do you stay cool behind the bar without showing up basically naked?
Oh, cool as in like temperature-wise?
Temperature-wise.
Your
You
place
don't.
needs a better AC system?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have like a stand-up fan that's in the back bar because the back bar can get hot.
Yep.
There's no circulation of air specifically behind that bar like there are in the rest of the room. But the minute that room fills up with a lot of people, if you didn't already have that AC cranking to like kind of counteract the bodies in the room, it can get hot back there.
Yeah.
So I have like a little fan.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do,
Yeah, there really isn't. Like it.
especially if you're like an outside bar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
that's
there's
the thing,
nothing
is,
you can do.
Here, it's only been a few months, but like,
Right.
Yeah.
Here in fucking Florida, you can.
I feel like those
Yeah.
places usually, well, not the outside ones,
Right.
you can't do
Yeah.
much, but like,
Well, I've seen outdoor bars that have like those gigantic industry fans that are behind
Yeah.
it, like on the
I
ceilings.
feel like even those don't do enough.
I know,
After a
because like
certain
if
point.
it's like humid and it's like
Yeah.
just blowing the humidity down at you, yeah, there's really not much you
Just
can
get like
do.
one of those misters.
Drink lots of water.
Oh my god, I used to hate that. Oh my god, the deck used to have the fucking misters, which is where Surfside Smokehouse is now.
Yeah.
And I'd be working, and he'd turn the misters on, and I'm like, I can't see anything. I have glasses on. Like, and I'm like, hold on, now I gotta
Jess
stop.
is working in scuba gear.
Yeah, like I was like, I gotta stop, wipe off my glasses, and he would do it. It wasn't like on an automatic thing. He just would do it whenever he felt like it. So
Yeah.
like, I never knew when it was gonna happen.
So it's just random.
So just all of a sudden, it's like,
Wait, so
and
he
I'm like,
missed everyone in the fucking bar?
yeah.
Be very upset. He wouldn't want to be
Yeah.
misted.
I mean, it's not like a lot, you know, like it's not like it's raining on you.
Yeah.
But like,
enough.
it's enough for me to be
sanitary?
annoyed. I've
Like-
seen them.
Okay,
I don't know. Listen,
Well, they do it at the fucking grocery store, you know, over the
over the
produce.
food. Yeah, I
That's
guess.
chemicals.
Yeah,
It's
that's
bleach.
true. It's bleach.
It's the same stuff in
Yeah,
chemtrails.
right. Yeah. I fucking hated the misters. I have seen them in a couple other places though, not necessarily
I
around
don't think
here.
I've ever
because
seen
it's
them in like
not-
a restaurant or a
not-
bar.
not
I've
around
only seen
here.
them at like.
I mean, it was the out,
Concerts and
and that
shit.
was the thing.
Yeah.
It was the out. It was the outdoor bar, but it's like indoor outdoor bar.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
it wasn't like a full
It's
blown outdoor
it's
bar.
outdoor,
Yeah,
but you're really
but
mostly
it's
covered.
But it's mostly
Yeah.
covered. Yeah.
If you drink lots of water, that'll help
Yeah,
a little
that's
bit.
true.
But
Yeah.
then you're peeing
They
every
have
37
like
seconds.
those neck fans,
This is so ridiculous.
but like I
I'll
don't know
laugh at
how
you.
well they work.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know.
They'll make like they're like a microfiber towel. Like
I was
you
just
wet,
about to say
and
that,
you put it
too.
on and it feels very cold.
Yeah, yeah.
So those are pretty good.
Yeah, you can do that.
If you wear like dry fit stuff, that helps.
Yeah.
Just
that's true.
every time you make a drink, just pour some ice in your pants.
You're like, don't mind me.
Take, instead of cigarette breaks, you take freezer breaks.
Yeah. That could work.
Talk to the guys in the kitchen.
I know. And don't though.
Yeah.
Don't complain about being hot behind the bar to anybody.
No,
in the
but
kitchen.
ask them.
Yeah.
That's to
No.
them. That's complaining.
Alright.
You never want to bring up heat in a kitchen.
I just remember
That's just a
like
sensitive subject.
Lucioso's kitchen was upstairs, and
Oh,
in the
yeah.
summertime they were just like
It's so wild their kitchen was
I
upstairs.
it was
know,
insane,
isn't it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they would just be like it's like 100 and something in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It was just fucking hot.
I
Anyway.
know. That's crazy.
All right, Brian. Anyone got a good way to batch Alfredo sauce that will keep for a while?
This is a very kitchen heavy fucking
I know,
episode
right? I know. That's a great question because Alfredo splits really easily.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It
Because I'm like,
splits.
fucking Prego does it.
Yeah, but that's also probably mostly chemicals. But yeah, like,
It's bleach.
yeah, it's
he
bleach.
didn't say chemical free.
I know, that's true.
Yeah.
Um,
Bleach it is.
Yeah, all right. Just put it in there. I actually would not know the answer to that question.
No.
Because it splits. It does split pretty easily. Like even like Olive Garden. Like I've gotten it and then I've taken it home and then it splits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a giant corporation that probably gets it in a bag.
Right.
You know, like it's
It is in bags. I've seen it.
yeah. So you'd have to make small batches, and then you'd have to like. I mean, this is just me guessing. I think you'd have to make small batches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I mean, if you freeze it, it's gonna split.
No, if you freeze it, it should be okay. It's the thawing out that's going to make it split even
Yeah, you
worse
gotta
with all
kinda-
the like ice.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to make it worse. You can't. I don't know. Like, there's certain stuff like that you just really can't. You just can't batch it. It's
Yeah.
just the
Especially
quality's going to
with
be
dairy
bad.
and stuff in that too. I feel like you don't want to batch too far.
Well, people batch like clam chowder and stuff. You know, like
That's
we
just
batch it,
gross.
but we don't make them like huge batches.
Yeah.
we just do like that's like those medium sized campers. I forget how many quarts they are, but
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's just some stuff you just can't really batch it unless you're going through it so much that it's not going to turn or split or
Yeah.
disintegrate or I don't know, like some like especially like a sauce with cheese in it. I feel start to like not split, but break down, and like it gets chunky because the cheese is starting to like,
Yep.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
like
it's just
coagulate or
yeah. So like, I don't know. I don't really know the answer to that one. I just think sometimes you just make it from scratch or make it small, batch small enough. Sometimes you just can't do it. Yeah. Make it fresh.
Clara, can we talk eggs? What's everyone doing? Waffle House is charging 50 cents. People hate it. 50 cents per egg?
Probably.
I guess.
Or extra now.
But I feel like something is
Don't
necessary.
have the bird flu and then we'll all be all right. You leaving already?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do.
Bye.
Bye.
Carl Heine, everybody.
Special guest appearance. For
Man of
5
many
seconds.
words.
Yeah, right.
But you guys do breakfast here? Like, have you... All right.
I know we have trouble getting eggs right now.
You're having trouble getting them?
Do you guys do breakfast?
Yeah,
or-
bro, we do
Oh,
lunch.
Okay, I didn't.
Do your research.
Just don't come visit him. No, we're not doing anything because we don't go through it. Like, we do have breakfast here, but it's not a heavy breakfast. Like, we don't, you know.
We just do it 2 days a week, so it's
do it
not
2
great.
days a week?
It's Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
But like I know they were talking about the other day, like it's hard. You have to order them so far in advance because
Really?
they keep selling out and shit. So
Yeah.
we haven't had any problems, but
Like,
Yeah.
I saw
I
everyone
also
like,
deal with that
posting
stuff.
online, and then I went to get eggs. I'm like, okay, so this is real.
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
not...
I mean,
I'm
just
not
like
gonna eat
any,
eggs.
it's just like any inflation with product. Like, you know,
At some point, you have to be like, all right, price is going up. Everyone knows.
Yeah, or it's just like for instance, like steak. Steak fluctuates in price
Yep.
pretty often.
Yep.
And you can't just keep constantly changing the menu prices
Yeah.
for it. So there's going to be times when your profit margins are larger because the price is down, and then there's going to be times when the profit margins are smaller because the price is up. But it kind of all averages itself out.
Yeah.
It probably sucks like for
Unless they know that it's going to be in influx for a long time.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
when you can change
well, I
the
think
price.
too though with like Waffle House, it's all never
That's
been to
what I
Waffle
mean.
House, but it's all breakfast, so
So-
they probably they do so much they probably
Right,
have to
that's-
go
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
But like
Right. Yeah, when you're using that much
yeah,
of eggs of that product, and
Yep.
and you know it's going to be up for a while, which they're already saying it's going to be
Yeah.
a while.
Nothing's changing.
Yeah,
anytime
then
soon.
then you have to just increase your prices, and it's not a mystery as to why.
Right, right.
Everyone,
Everyone
knows
knows,
why. Yeah, you know, like everybody knows it's a fucking bird flu, so it's not gonna. It shouldn't be a shocker.
Yeah.
It shouldn't really. It's like that's what you get. You're not gonna get them for much cheaper if you go to the fucking grocery store and
No,
get it. So
no.
it is what it is. Like
Yeah.
it's just.
I just...
Are we
I'm
really gonna be
always-
mad about eggs? Like, come on, people.
I
Like,
just
don't
I
eat
know,
eggs.
Just
You
don't
don't
eat
want
eggs.
them,
Can't
but-
afford
yeah.
them. Don't
Yeah.
eat them.
I'm just always amazed at, like, the people who get mad about a
anything.
price raise in a menu.
Yeah.
Like, if it's not insane, I wouldn't even notice.
Nope.
You know?
Well, that's
I
like
just,
so. Recently, we just had to jack up the price of Jameson because it's gotten so expensive.
Really?
Yeah, we held it off for a while because we're like, man, I don't really want to charge that much for Jameson, but it's gotten. I think what is it like? Almost $50 a bottle now.
I don't know, but I know it was
think it's
close last time I
almost-
looked.
It's
yeah,
almost. And you know how much Casamigos is?
Two.
Like $52.
Yeah.
So you're only a few dollars away from one of the more expensive tequilas that are out there in like heavy rotation right now.
Yeah.
And so we had to. It's priced maybe $1 less than we charge for Casamigos.
Yep.
And people are all up in arms about it. And I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, I can't
There's nothing
take.
you can do.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
But we did like, it was kind of like a situation where like it crept up only like a little bit at a time that we didn't really notice it until it was like really high.
So
Yeah.
then you like.
So
made
then
a
we're like,
big
oh
jump.
fuck,
Yeah,
now
yeah.
we got to go from this, we got to like four extra dollars, not like a quarter, you
Yeah,
know, like,
yeah.
so that was kind of on us. Like, we just didn't realize it was creeping up so slowly. And then like, you know, like you just have to do what you have to do. There was another one that just recently spiked up. I can't remember which one it was, but it's just like, if you want, I know you can go get it at the store for fucking $50-something, but we're charging you for, you know, $13. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know what you want me to do.
Yeah.
That's how that shit works.
I know.
Yeah.
I can give you this other Irish whiskey that's less expensive,
Yeah.
but
I can drain the bar mat for $1.
Right, yeah. Right.
For
Exactly.
free.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. You just gotta roll with the punches, I guess.
Yep.
No, sorry. I thought I had another question lined up right there, and I didn't. My bad.
It's all good.
We'll forgive you someday. But will the one
Someday.
listener that started today, bad first impressions,
I
Andy?
know.
Well, setting a low bar.
Oh, on this day 1 year ago, the Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory experience took place.
Oh, really?
Oh,
So,
is
yeah,
that the fucking
yeah.
thing that the train
The
wreck?
meth lab fucking
That was so
Willy
much fun to
Wonka.
watch.
Oh my god, that was funny. Just popped up on my Instagram.
Plymouth needs one of those. And that's
Meth
what
What would
lab?
it be? What immersive
Meth lab.
experience would it be?
the pilgrim experience. You can
The-
go throw fucking smallpox blankets
Yeah.
at people.
And they used to have do you remember the wax museum?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that thing. That was pretty much right there.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty.
I used to go to the wax museum all the time. Somebody the other day was like, "Hey, how's the museum down the street?" And I went, "The wax museum? That's been closed for like 20 years."
And they're like, no, the one.
They're like,
that's
"No,
been
the one
open-
down the way." I go, "Oh." They're like, "It's kind of funny you didn't know what museum I was talking about." I was like, "Man, I drive that by that
There's
building
a museum
every
here?
See?
Yeah,
Where?
It's the big one that's
it's
down
huge.
by Memorial Hall. But
That's
the
a
big
museum?
giant. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It only says Pilgrim, Pilgrim Museum.
I don't know. It's also been like
I'm
closed.
driving, Andy. I'm not reading
I know,
signs
yeah.
because people
I'm just
around
trying
here
to
are
not.
fucking
Yeah, I'm trying to
stupid
like
walking
not
down
hit
the road.
people.
Yeah.
Try cross and doing Frogger across
It's,
the
it's
street.
so. I remember what the hell was it when Cork and Table first opened. So I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
we tried that new place. I'm like a new place. They're like, yeah, it's right near the Spire or whatever. I'm like, and I walk there. I'm like, oh shit, how long has this been here? There's so much stuff on
I
the
know.
street that is so easy just to like. walk
Any
by.
retail store, man, I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you what's here.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah,
one
yeah.
that's 2 doors down. I have no idea what it's called.
Oh,
I walk by it
is it
every
the
day.
antique store?
No, the retail store
The
that's
smoke
down
shop?
the street. No, after the smoke shop, there's a retail store.
I don't think there is.
They always have clothes on. That's right. They always have clothes on the racks outside. See,
Yeah.
it's there. I walk by it every single day. It's
You are right, because I always laugh. They have like a Hawaiian shirt. I'm like, oh, this is
Yeah.
a Carl shop. I don't know what it is.
No idea what it's called, but
Yeah.
it's there.
Still don't have a question,
I know.
bro?
Oh, you guys kept
Jeez.
distracting me.
Listen, focus, Andy.
Just because me and Dan are talking.
Is
doesn't
anyone
mean-
using air gas for CO2 refills? I don't know what
The
that is.
fuck
What?
does that mean?
I have no idea.
Now
I felt pressure.
He's clamoring.
I
He's
just
clamoring.
I just read anything.
Air gas. Does it mean like I just blow CO2?
We're using NuCO2.
That's
and
a
they're-
company.
Oh, Nuco.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nuka, okay.
Yep.
We use them.
And they're a nightmare.
They are.
Oh, maybe air gases.
Oh, I see.
company?
It's a company.
Alright.
Yeah,
And they
nice.
that's what I had across the street, and they would often let my tank run low. Coincidentally, always near the 4th of July. And I've
Ah,
had to call them on multiple 4th of July weekends, like, yo.
we had
I
them
need
at
gas.
the we had NuCO2 at the BBC.
And most of them did.
I don't remember ever necessarily ever having a problem with them.
Well, mine, that building's also from the fucking 1910s.
Yeah.
So.
Here's a
Anyone switch from chicken breast to chicken thighs? Tired of worrying about dry chicken?
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We for our
Way
like
cheaper,
shredded.
isn't it?
It's way cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our shredded chicken that we use for like quesadillas, and we have like a couple of like rice bowls that would have chicken on them. Yeah, we switched to chicken thighs, and they're more flavorful
Yeah.
and they're cheaper. But some people just don't like dark meat.
Yeah, it was like
I don't get why people don't like the fucking
dark
different
meat
like dark
versus
meat.
the-
It just fucking tastes the
racism,
same.
damn. Racism.
Yeah, it's it. Goddamn colonials.
If you're flavoring it enough, and if you're seasoning it enough, you
Even
don't
plain, I
fucking
feel like
know.
it's fine.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, like
don't
a
know.
turkey, like people are like, oh, I don't
Yeah.
like the dark meat. It's like, why?
Dude, you could give me both, and I'm not
cares?
gonna be able to tell you which
I
is
know.
which.
Dude,
cares?
there are some people that are just fucking insanely picky eaters. Like
Yeah.
my ex-wife was so fucking picky.
Is
She
that
was-
why?
She was
Got
eating.
divorced?
Couldn't have been that picky, Andy. She married you.
But she was eating something once, and she's like, "Oh, I really like this."
story doesn't matter.
But she's eating something, and she's like, "Oh, I really like this." And then I was like reading what was in it. I'm like, "Oh, it's got sour cream in it." She goes, "I don't like this."
So you never tell. But
That's what I do to Matt.
Yeah.
I just incorporate foods that I know he doesn't like into his meals, and I just don't tell him.
listen. I mean,
And he knows it. I'm very
Yeah,
open
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
Like I'm like, listen, this has sour cream in it, and I know you don't like sour cream, but I'm making it, and you're not going to tell the difference, and I'm telling you that right now. And usually he never does. Like, usually it's, like, not a big deal. But, like, sometimes, like, he doesn't like onions, but he doesn't like onions in specific situations, which is, I still can't wrap my head around it. But, like, if I chop them up and saute them and, like, put them in a big thing, 9 times out of 10 he'll eat them, and then, like, there's other times where he's, like, picking it out. I'm like, I can't tell what to do with you, so I'm just gonna fucking throw the onions in there, and if you don't want them, pick them out. I don't
But to be like, oh, I really like this, and then to be like, crazy. It's crazy.
The term ignorance is bliss definitely fits into food because I don't want to know what's in most stuff because the same thing is like, if I know, like, give it to me to try, don't tell me what's in it. Because then I might not try it.
Yeah.
Especially with, like, weird shit, because then you start, like, getting in your own head and being like, oh.
Like, we do... I've been ordering Blue Apron meals to cook. I get 3 of them delivered a week. I've been doing it for almost 2 years. And so, like, he always says, he's like, man, this is really good, but if I was out, I would have never have ordered that. I would have never thought, like, whatever. And so, like, now we get to eat stuff that we maybe would have never eaten before, but, like, at the same time, I'm like, just fucking eat it. Like, I know what you don't like. Like, if there's, like, big chunks of tomato in there, I know he's not gonna like it, so I leave it out. Yeah. But, like, just fucking eat it. Like, just fucking eat it. Like, shut the fuck up. I'm looking for you, by the way.
Zoe is the same way. So their roommate gets Blue Apron, and then they take the recipe and buy the ingredients, and then make it. I think, like, Wednesday night, they get together with their boyfriend and make dinner. And one time we were down here, and we were all going to dinner, and I'm like, where do you guys want to go? They're like, we don't know. I'm like, oh, how about Kogi? And they're like, what's that? I'm like, oh, it's Thai. And then we're sitting having pizza, and so I was like, oh, we made this Thai chicken. I'm like, fuck you. I'm like, I just wanted Thai. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, but I didn't make it. I'm like, whatever.
Oh, my God. Whatever. Just fucking eat the food.
Yeah.
I got an interesting hot take. Espresso Martinis. Someone just said, I love a good espresso martini. First cocktail I had when I was 16 bar hopping with my dad. Wait. What? 16? What are you drinking? Anyway. My question is apparently it's bad. It says, now my question is apparently it's bad form for customers to order an espresso martini as it's taxing on the bartender to make. True? Should I feel bad for ordering them? What?
No.
Are they hard to make?
Listen,
to some people, everything's hard to make. So.
But I feel like that's the one cocktail that's so wildly different no matter where you go.
Yeah.
It's like there's not many cocktails where like you're definitely going to get a different one everywhere you go. It's not like
it's like going somewhere. It's like going somewhere and you order a screwdriver and you get whiskey and milk.
Right? Yeah, you know what I mean. But like a espresso martini, maybe Bloody Marys. Yeah. Maybe the Bloody Marys are the other one that are like you could be totally different, but not as different as espresso martinis. Yep. Because if you have an espresso machine, that makes a world of difference. So that's a pain in the ass. Or you could brew the espresso and keep it cold, and then it's not a pain in the ass. Or you're using different, like for instance, like we use cold brew vodka in our espresso martinis, not necessarily espresso vodka. Yeah. So like then that's the difference. Some people don't use Baileys in their espresso martinis. Some people do, and it's like so wildly different everywhere you go, and yet no one ever fucking complains about it. Yeah. Because you know how like you go to a bar and you hear people say like, I had this Mai Tai it's somewhere else and it was way better. No one ever says that about an espresso martini. They just kind of know where they want. I mean, for me, I know where I'm going to go when I want one that I want. Yep. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I'm definitely going to Strega if I want a really good espresso martini. But they can be a pain in the ass to me. But who cares? Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, like it doesn't matter.
There are things that are pain in the ass for
it's a pain in the ass to make frozen drinks.
Right. But not if you have like little...
I feel like you know
that's like but those can be a pain because then all of a sudden out of nowhere they just stop working. And like, well, now we don't have a frozen machine. And we don't have a blender.
But it's also like, are you friends with the bartender? like, if you're friends with a bartender and you're like, oh, can you make me this really complicated drink and it's crazy busy?
Yeah.
You're kind of being a
You
dick.
could feel bad.
You're kind of being a dick.
Actually, this is a perfect example. This is a perfect example. I went on Valentine's Day. Went to Mezzaluna, the Italian restaurant down on Buzzards Bay. First time I ever went.
I've never been there. It's good.
It was wicked good.
Okay.
Very good. And it's Valentine's Day, and I'm out to dinner, and I want an espresso martini. And I saw the bottle in front of me that was espresso vodka. And I didn't see an espresso machine. So I'm like, okay, I know they're busy.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have to brew coffee for this, or he doesn't have to brew espresso for this.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, he asked if I wanted Bailey's in it, and I said yes. And then he asked, do you want fresh espresso? And I said, no, that's okay. Like, no, it's all right. Like, you guys, he's like, no, it's way better. It's way better. And then he's frantically running around brewing espresso, and I'm over here, and I'm like, I didn't mean it to be that difficult. Like, I'm like, if I had seen that there's an espresso machine, then I obviously know that that's what they're going to use. So then I'm like, maybe I'll get something else. Maybe I'll just get like a glass of wine.
But that's you're an industry person too,
right? But that's also
but that's the kind of place that they do that stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Like if you're going to a dive bar or an espresso martini, you're probably making
be
poor
like,
life choices.
Yeah. They're like, here's Kahlua and Bailey's in a glass.
Kahlua Bailey's, and I dump some of my own Dunkins in
Yeah.
there. So.
I'll put some Keurig fucking espresso.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, so, and then someone wrote down, he said, not if you're smart and you batch them. That, I think, is sacrilegious.
We tried doing, there's a couple places in Boston do this, espresso martinis on drafts. And it was terrible.
Is that how's that different than batching?
He said it was terrible.
We did it, and I don't know. There's got to be a way to do it. We were doing a big fucking keg of it, so we were going through it.
So were you making your own and putting it in a keg?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
But it
were you using actual espresso or actual coffee?
Coffee. Yep.
See, what did the coffee over time settle?
Depends how quick you go through it.
Yeah.
But when it was slow, yes, we stopped doing it because of that. Also, someone decided, and it was not me, because I fought against this, to put the Baileys in it.
Oh, no.
And it was not good.
No?
Nope. And I was like,
no,
Carolyn. Like, no, they do it. No.
That shit. That Bailey's is sticky as fuck.
Cleaning that keg.
And cleaning that
was probably the worst part about doing that.
I can only imagine what those lines over time would have looked like.
Yep.
Oh.
It's not bad, like I said, if you're
if
doing
you're
it quick like that,
yeah.
but when you gotta clean it,
clean
the keg with socks.
I don't think I've ever seen. I think if I saw someone pouring an espresso martini out of a draft line into a glass, I'd be fucking pissed.
I think I'd be like, I'm outside.
I would be, I would be pissed.
That was the big, for a summer, everyone was doing all the places around the city.
So there was one winter where we were just fucking cranking out espresso martinis like crazy, and we had our machines that can be either cold or frozen, and someone said, I think we should batch espresso martinis, and I said no, and they were like, why? I said, because the optics of that look terrible.
Yeah.
Especially because this machine's it's got frozen cocktaily drinks on the side of it. It just looks like why would I be getting an espresso martini getting poured out of this thing?
Yeah.
And I was like, there's some people who don't like when we batch our sangrias. Yeah. So I feel like batching espresso
to
martinis,
me, batching sangria just makes sense.
Well, it makes sense if you do it say if you're putting fruit in there to marinate. Whatever.
Yeah, it depends how much you go.
It depends on exactly. But even batched margaritas, people will be up in arms about. People, when San Diego's was open, I mean, I thought it was a great idea to have their house margarita. They had it on the gun, and we had to make it. We had to make it every day.
La Bombas has theirs batched.
Right, but but some people can be fucking up in arms about that too, because they like it in maybe a specific way or maybe whatever.
Well, then you don't order that.
Right, or you just ask them. You could ask them to make it fresh.
Yep.
I mean, that's not a terrible idea, but so I feel like a batch espresso martini would be fucking.
It was interesting. I mean, I think people didn't care because it came out of a tap, so it looked. I don't know. We sold a fuck ton of it.
Really?
But eventually,
and no one ever said
no.
Wow.
But I said, everyone was doing it on that street. We weren't the first, and we weren't the last.
Interesting. I'm interested to see.
But it didn't last long.
So do those other places still do it too that you know of?
I don't think so.
So all came up together and then it all descended
That's
together.
how it goes. That's how those trends work.
Yeah, because they're all like, fuck cleaning the keg.
Yeah.
Like you said too, like
Like,
running,
it sounds like a good
running
idea
coffee
in theory,
through those
but
lines.
yeah.
Like, that's always a coffee line now.
Yeah.
Like we do have
You
cold
can
brew on
stain
draft
the
now.
plastic.
Yeah. Same thing when you do sour on
Yep.
on draft for too long.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or like something like smoky or something
Yeah.
like that. You're fucked. Like you
Yep.
don't put another kind. You can't go like dark beer to light beer.
Yeah.
Or like that. Like
Depending on how long you've had it on there.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because that's happened to me a couple times, and I'm like, it must have been whatever was on there before.
Like some sort of.
And you can get them clean, but you can get them clean regularly. But
It
like
won't matter,
at the time, like
Yeah.
if you need to switch over the keg, there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah.
Which is-
I wouldn't. Yeah.
shitty for that beer because then people be like, "Oh, I'll try the the Mahoney Light, or whatever." And they
Mahoney
try
Light.
it and they're like, "This tastes terrible."
Yeah. What about like champagne or prosecco on draft? Do you guys do that?
no.
I'm seeing that a lot lately, and we tried to do it here, but we were having major issues with the just keeping the pressure
Yeah.
at
I
a
feel
right.
like that's,
To shake the keg.
Well, so you're not by the time that you pour it and get it to the customer, it's not half flat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or you're just like, we were having trouble with the pressure, meaning like waste, because it's like it gets like foamy when you pour it. It's pouring out too fast. It gets foamy, and then you're like, so it's like a little bit of a waste. But I've seen like Tavern on the Wharf has prosecco on draft. I don't know how much they go through it, but I just feel like that's like, is it worth it? You know what I mean? Like, is it worth to go through all that?
So
I
how
mean,
much
you'd have to
Prosecco
really.
you
I was gonna say it seems like a lot.
You'd
when
have
you
to
can get
really,
the-
you'd have to.
because you
I
can get the
mean,
single serving bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
but
those
like
are the
if you're
best way
doing
to go.
if you're doing a heavy amount of mimosas and you make your
True.
mimosas with
I
prosecco,
mean, we fucking do a ton of mimosas though, and we just
Yeah.
have the fucking
just the
champagne
individual
bottles.
bottles.
Like,
Yeah. I know that's just the splits is the best because then it's the portion control.
Yeah,
And
because
then-
especially prosecco out of the bottle. Like, I mean, listen, I don't know how it works out in draft, but like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's like you said, the carbonation
Yeah.
dies quick on
Right.
it. Like,
Right.
so there's got to
Yeah.
be something to keep agitating it.
Right.
But then that also makes it go flatter quicker. You know?
Right. I don't know.
Fucking science, man.
Listen, that's not why I'm here. I'm here to either drink or pour your drink. I'm not here to figure out science.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a Jordan job.
Yeah. Oh, God, and then we'll hear like 15 minutes about it. Go through the whole science of it from start to finish.
And if the more the keg got empty, wouldn't it flatten what's in there faster?
Well, no, because it's
no.
the same thing as like a beer keg.
Yeah.
Like the
Oh,
gas
okay.
goes in
Yeah.
to keep it.
Oh, I got you.
pressurized and all that,
yeah.
but like,
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like the pressure on those bottles and stuff is so much more than a can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
And like you can, depending on whatever draft system you have, you can, increase or decrease the pressure.
Yeah.
But not everybody has those type of systems.
Yep.
So
should by now though.
yeah, you would think.
Right?
You would think.
They're not that science. They're not
I
that
know,
much
yeah.
of fucking innovation technology anymore.
They're just like pumping it in the
Yeah.
back in the like a college.
God.
I'd love to go to a dive bar that has that.
That'd be hysterical.
Like all the Bud Light, like okay.
it's in the bucket of ice.
They got the really shitty one that's just like the plastic.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Fucking kegs tapped.
yeah.
So that is last call. It's
All
part
right.
where we go around the table and plug whatever we want to plug. I'm gonna start with
Okay.
Jess Hamill.
Speaking of espresso martinis, go to Cafe Strega and get probably the best espresso martini you've ever had. Have you guys had them there?
No,
I've
I've only been there a
I
couple
don't drink
times.
coffee, so like I'm not.
You so
Yeah, he'll get a Diet
so
Coke
do you-
martini.
Yeah, do they have those? I'm down.
Yeah, it's called
Yeah.
a fucking.
So
rum
here's the
Coke.
question: do you not drink coffee because you don't like the taste of coffee? Or do you not like coffee because of the caffeine?
Well, I drink a shit ton of Diet Coke, so like,
Okay, so
I
it's just the
need
taste
the
of
caffeine.
So it's just the
It's
taste.
I
He's
just
a
never.
child.
No, I just never acquired that taste.
Do you like Guinness?
I do.
It's a fucking
yeah.
very similar taste.
It's a boozy Guinness.
When's the last time you had coffee?
Maybe.
When's the last time you had coffee that's not from Dunkin' Donuts?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
I have
right,
no
yeah.
idea.
There's your problem.
Yeah.
Because they can make an espresso martini as decaf because they have decaf espresso. So like
Why
a
would
lot
I
of
want to do that?
well, I'm just saying there are some people
Yeah.
that are like, I want to have an espresso martini, and they know that they make it with actual coffee.
Yeah.
They don't want to be up all night, so they have the. I think it's probably a few places that I know that offers decaf for it.
So my youngest,
Mm-hmm.
who will be 21 this year,
Oh,
tells me the other day that they had their first experience with something,
okay.
caffeine. And I'm like, how are you fucking almost 21?
Dude.
You never had caffeine
Yeah.
before?
Yeah.
Yikes!
What was
I
the
feel like
first
caffeine's in
experience?
everything.
Tea.
Tea?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
And
that's like the bottom of the
I know, and I'm
caffeine
like,
scale.
welcome to the addiction.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you'll never be without it. And we were having dinner here, and they're like, I have such a headache. And I'm like, you have a headache? They're like, I didn't have tea today. I'm like,
Dude.
there you go.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, I'm like, welcome to the club.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how have you tried weed before you tried caffeine? I'm like, you're so fucking weird.
I haven't had any fucking
Yeah.
caffeine back. Get a lot of coke in the bathroom and stay awake.
Yeah, I mean, just doesn't drink soda, didn't drink coffee.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Good for them. They ruined their life late, though.
I
Fucking,
know,
like,
yeah.
you know, I would have just tried to live my life without caffeine at that point. You made it this far.
but they got a new job, so they have to get up early.
Ah,
so that's
gotcha.
awesome.
Tea does it for him, dude. I've
Yeah.
had a
Yeah, I
cup of
know,
coffee
right?
and
Yeah.
caffeine gum, and I'm
Dude,
going to have
I
fucking
know.
400 more energy drinks to get through this day today.
I think it's because they've never had caffeine before.
Right.
True.
Give it 6 months. and
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
like, Tea's not
exactly.
cutting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how the
Well,
drugs get
jump
you.
them on the espresso
Espresso martini, yeah.
wagon,
Let's do
and
that for their birthday.
that'll just
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Get them boozed up and caffeined up all at the same
I'll
time.
give you
Oh God, that kid caffeined up. Holy shit.
a good wily veteran move is put bourbon in your espresso martini instead of vodka. It's so much better. Yep.
I do like bourbon.
There you go.
There you go. That works.
Caffeine strikeout. Maybe I'm gonna have to give it a shot.
Yeah, definitely.
I do.
And their
It's,
food
it's
is
not.
fun.
It's not the point where like if it's like someone made a
Yeah.
espresso martini or something
Right.
for the bartenders, I still drank it.
Right.
You know. Like,
Yeah.
It's just not my go-to.
Their thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely, they make them really good over there. It's a nice big fat glass of martini, and it's definitely like a sippable thing. It's
Yeah.
not like, although I have chugged one before.
You?
Me? What do you mean?
Jess chugs Hamel. They're like, "Do you say jugs?" You're like, "Nah."
Chugs the jugs.
You
yeah.
figure it What are you plugging down?
I don't know. I haven't had enough caffeine. My
I hear tea works.
So does an Adderall.
a lot of things that work. I don't have any of them right now.
It's not an admission of guilt to any law enforcement.
I'm drinking water right now.
Yeah. Mahoney's looking for a new Adderall dealer, if anyone's
Yeah. I don't know. I got
That's
nothing.
Dan Mahoney's plug for Adderall.
I know, right? Yeah, there you go.
Some would call it Diet Coke.
Yeah. That was a late reaction.
It took me a second.
It took you,
It was
yeah.
very funny. All
I
right,
only
so
had one bottle today.
No, we had two.
That's true. I always had two. So I'm going to plug. It should be coming out this spring, tentatively. It's called The Long Dark Walk.
Okay.
Season 1 will be coming out. It's a 6-episode podcast.
Okay.
Is it about your walk home from the bar?
No, that's the long dark stagger.
Yeah.
No, so John is an author and he's going to be the host of the show. He has been working as a psychiatrist, psychologist.
Okay.
I
don't know the difference between
I don't really.
So it's
I think
fine.
one can prescribe drugs.
One gives drugs,
Yeah.
one doesn't.
Ah.
I think he's the non-drug one. Sorry, Dan. But he has been working in the criminal justice system and has been writing to serial killers and murderers for 30 years.
Nice.
And he has convinced
Great
some of them
conversations.
to call into the show.
Love that.
So it is going to be fucking weird.
Love that.
But yeah, so Long Dark Walk should be coming to the Inebriard Podcast Network
Sick.
spring.
Nice.
We record the first episode. We've figured out how to record phone calls off of his cell phone.
Yeah.
That took a while to figure
Yeah.
out. But,
Yeah, I'm sure.
So,
there's some serial killers are calling into him.
yeah.
For a crossover event,
Okay.
you ask the serial killers to give us bar talk questions.
No, they're going to give us their recipes for
toilet
wine.
The next Bar Talk Day drinking toilet
my
wine.
God. Prison inmate
All we need
recipes.
to fucking get a
I would
question
do that.
from a
I
serial
would do
killer, and
that.
then we tell them to get fucked, and they come kill us.
Yeah.
True crime.
He's been telling me that some of the people that he's been working on, they're interesting fellows.
I would
I
imagine.
would imagine. I
I
love
don't
that.
think there's such thing as a boring serial killer.
Yeah.
Hope not. Yeah.
That's fucking sweet.
Yeah, that is
it's
pretty
gonna
cool.
be great. Like he pitched it to me, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that, but that's gonna do well.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
I will subscribe.
cool.
Yep.
Subscribe.
And make friends with some serial killers.
Yeah, become pen pals and then
Right.
fall in love and
That's-
then get married.
I can see
Don't-
Jess having a prison pen pal.
I'm surprised I don't have one already.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, I haven't reached a level of boredom in my life that I feel like that's what I need to do. It'll get there one day.
She's still cool with chat
I'm like,
rooms.
yeah. I'll be like 70 and be right into these people.
All right, on that, if you are an inmate, you can reach Jess at bartalkcast@gmail.com.
Tell me why you want me to be your pen pal, your lover.
Send us your toilet wine recipes.
Yeah.
And we'll try them out on the show. You can find us on all social medias at bartalkcast, and that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
And thanks for checking out the show today, listeners. If you enjoyed the content today, you can go over to patreon.com/inebriart to support the show. You can join over there for just a few dollars a month and help us provide this fun content that you just checked out. You can also email us at inebriart.com with your questions, complaints, and concerns, or you can find us on all social medias at inebriart or at inebriart6 on Instagram. And also don't forget to check out our other shows, Bar Talk Podcast, Old Colony Cast, Inebriart, and all the other shows on the Inebriart Network, which you can find at inebriart.com. Thanks again for listening.